Welcome back. Happy 2020, everyone. So a bit of a spontaneous one, really. It's dark and gloomy in here today. A few viewers are asking about starting out with mediumship because the channel does a lot of mechanical stuff and technical stuff, and so I need to do a video for those that are just starting, those people that are looking to unfold a journey in mediumship or certainly a better understanding. But as dark and gloomy as it is out there today, I'm going outside. Ooh, it's cold. I'm letting the car warm up. See you in a minute. So I've arrived at the wooded area. May have been a mistake. It's a little bit muddy and a little bit wet, but I'm here now. So let's get on to the point of today's video. It's for the people that are starting out. A few people. I worked with someone on Zoom last week and never done anything. Well, they've been in and out of development for a couple of years, but which kind of inspired the video. And then I had a viewer come on and say, I'm looking for the stuff that people are just starting on. Where do I look? What do I do? And so it needs a few more videos like that. I'm not going to do it back to back, but I'll certainly remember that there is a starting point, even though we cover some very, very advanced things here on the channel. I haven't done this kind of video for a while, and you forget how hard it is to run and gun and record with the light in the background here blowing out and trying to keep me in focus. Crazy. Anyway, back to the subject of starting out. And I was working with a guy within Zoom last week, or the week before. No, it was a couple of weeks ago now. I've been away since then, and it's been quite nice not doing the videos, but it's kind of just been playing on my mind for a few days. And this guy in particular that I'm discussing, and I'm sure we've all done it, including myself, where we're waiting for something magical, something like amazing that it absolutely must be the spirit world. I am left with no doubt, therefore now I'll start my development. I literally can't believe how different this place looks this time of year. You can definitely see winter is here, and it's something that I reflect mediumship on. I will always find a way of cross-referencing everything to my journey, my spiritual journey, and this is very much like that for beginners. It's very much raw. Like the time of year, and then the springtime's just around the corner. The budding starts on the trees and the plants, and that's the new student, really. If I can find any, you'll see it in the video. So the first thing we do is we've got to have the idea, you know, whatever that idea is. It's like there's something else. I'm certain of it. I need to start looking. And what happens is we start scrolling through the internet. Maybe buy a book or something along those lines, you know. And this is the most dangerous part of your development. What book you pick up, or what class you go to, what centre you go to, the medium you speak to, is now going to shape your development, certainly for the next few years, because it's your truth at that point. In that moment of time, you put your faith and your trust into someone else. and we do this silly thing. I don't know why we do it, but we do it in every facet of our life. Every single facet. You know, if someone speaks like they've got some sort of knowledge, or they print t-shirts, or they do CDs, or they write a book, and I mean, we can all pick up a pen, or we can all, you know, go to our laptops or our PCs or our tablets, and we can write. And the moment that goes into print, whether it's published or self-published, we automatically assume they must know what they're talking about. And they slip there on a log. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? Camera flying and what have you. I need to be really careful here. It is a little bit wet and damp and slippy. Yeah, so we have this. I don't know why we do it, but we do it, and immediately we go, well, they must know what they're doing, they've got a book. Well, they must know what they're doing, they run classes and workshops, and they must know what they're doing, fill in the blank. And because of that experience, that is going to be the building blocks immediately that you start out with upon your journey. And the problem we have with that is that, let's say they've got an idea that the spirit world can harm you. Let's go with that one, because that's a classic one. I don't know how my colour's doing there. Let's have a look. A little bit overexposed. But so let's say, you know, they invite you to their home or to their class, and you're gonna sit for a couple of hours. You've had this episode, you've had this idea that there's something, and you've done a little bit of research, and you want to take it a little bit further, and now you find yourself at their home or in their classroom, and they say, right, what we're going to do is we're going to shut our eyes and we're just going to meditate for 10 minutes. We're just going to sit in our power. We're just going to sit for 10 minutes. And you're like, oh, this is nice. And just another video maybe, but you start to become hypersensitive. You know, you're becoming aware. You shut your eyes, so you put that 60-70% that you use for your eyesight into all your other senses, and so you start to become aware. And then, you know, they may edge you towards meeting the spirit world or a guide or something along those lines. But just before they do that, they go, oh, don't forget, we need to protect. We need to protect ourselves against the spirit world. And so immediately what happens is there is now a fear. To what extent is irrelevant for this video, but now there is a fear that because the person that's wrote the book or done the CD or has a channel, whatever, they have told you there is something to fear and you need to protect yourself. You take that as your gospel. You take that as it must be true. And because of that, that's now in your philosophy, in the building blocks of your mediumship. Note to self, bring gloves. That's a new thing. I haven't seen that in these woods before, but we've had a lot of rainfall, so nice little surprise for me as I arrive. So now that's part of the building blocks that you put there, this idea of protection or the idea that you're going to be hurt in some way. So that's it now, it's part of it. And it's very hard to break that down as a tutor of mediumship and working with a lot of new students. Not just that idea, but there is other ideas, maybe the way the guide presents itself or what you're meant to see or what you're meant to feel. And this instantly becomes an issue for anyone looking into further development of their mediumship, because the building blocks are now set. I should feel it this way, I should see it that way because he or she said so. This should happen because that's what they told me. This is gonna happen because that's what they told me. And everyone's waiting for this big moment, this like the flash of light, a bolt of lightning hit you on the head, and now mediumship can take place for you, when you couldn't be more wrong. Now, the very essence of mediumship is about bringing forward the uniqueness of an individual that once walked Earth. You know, that sounds a little bit spiritual, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring forward the essence of a character, a personality, the evidence of that character, the evidence of that personality, and bring it forward in their unique way. And so you've only got to look at that philosophy and put that philosophy into your development. Your experience with the spirit world is going to be one that is unique, one that is not going to have set rules. It should be like this, it has to be done like that. Now, the way you present your information, or the way that you deliver that information or that evidence, there will be a set pattern too, but the relationship that you're sharing will be unique to you. I don't know if you can see that mud. I somehow have to get up that hill. So far so good. And we're at the top. So as we talk about this starting out, the next problem we have is that, sorry I'm out of breath, that hill was big. The next problem that we have is that you'll go to the class or you'll go to a demonstration and you'll see how I work, for example. You'll see me maybe conduct a one-to-one, or you'll see me hold an audience, whether that be the classroom or a full demonstration. And so you have this idea, you know, right, that's how it should be done, that's how I should do it, that's what I need to be aiming for. And then in the first sort of year maybe, you're almost beating yourself up because, oh, I don't do it like him or her, or I don't present it like they do. And you forget that there has been years and years of learning, or classes attended, workshops done, how to present that information. So my best advice to you is to completely get it wrong. You will learn so much from getting it wrong. Just express what's in your head. So you move your mind to the spirit world. That's just done with a signal of intent. You know, I'm going to sit for the spirit world. I want to practice with the spirit world today. And from that moment, I'm just going to express what's in my mind. And what will happen is you'll just get this freedom that just flows, ebbs and flows from your mind and with your words. And what you want to do is, no matter how random it is, just keep talking. Just get it out. Just move the energy. Keep moving it. And over time, I doubt very much you'll see it, but over time you'll learn that that's not how I should have presented that. You know, that sounded a bit funny, that sounded a bit rude, that sounded a bit close to the mark. That wasn't quite how I heard it in my head, and I need to learn presentation a little bit better. And as this time goes on, you will learn to do it. But your biggest hurdle is the one of fear, the one of, I'm going to completely mess this up. They're going to say no. They're gonna think I'm crazy. They're not gonna understand what I'm saying. I'm gonna feel an idiot. I'm gonna look an idiot, and so that immediately stops you giving your words. And so my advice to anyone starting out would be, start right there. Accept you're gonna look an idiot. You're gonna feel an idiot. So that we own that. Now let's start speaking, and once you've got that expression, once you learn expression, now we can take it forward. Now we can edge forward with it.
Let's figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my high.
And as my car emerges there in the distance, this is a good time to start to close this one off. That's a little bit overexposed. There you go, that's a little bit better. So yeah, starting out's going to be difficult, and I understand the positions a lot of people are in. They hear things, they read things, they watch things, and it leads you all off down the wrong pathway. What I'll do is set the intent for the spirit world that you want to develop. You want to be this voice for them, and then document your own experiences. You know, does protecting yourself against something so amazing sound right to you? Should you be meditating for an hour a day? Does that sound right to you? And then you'll learn through the expression, actually talking and clearing your mind out of what's going on. Does that feel right to you? And this unique way of working will then start to formulate into you. and now you'll work that into your everyday life and so on and so forth, and that's a ton of videos on the back of that. So I'm going to round this one up. I am absolutely capes in mud. I am absolutely freezing. I want a coffee, so I'm going to start to make my way back, I think.
Even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
As always, don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you all in the next video.